My fiancé announced, "I booked us on Cheater's reality show. Film crew follows you for a week starting tomorrow." I'd never cheated. I said, "Should be boring then." Then I called the show, volunteered her phone records instead, and they found her affair. When the cameras showed up and surprised her with her side guy, I, 35 male, was making breakfast when my fiancée walked in with her phone, grinning like she'd won the lottery. Guess what I did? 3 years together, 8 months engaged, wedding in 4 months. I should have known that smile meant trouble. What? Remember that show Exposed, the one that catches cheaters? My stomach dropped. Yeah, I signed us up. Well, I signed you up. The camera crew starts following you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. For a whole week, they're going to document everything. I put down the spatula. Why would you do that? Because you're always working late, always on your phone, always with emergencies. I need to know the truth. The truth is I'm a project manager at a software company. Late nights happen. You've known this since we met. Well, now I'll have proof you're not cheating, or proof that you are. Either way, I'll know. She was so pleased with herself, literally bouncing. The crew starts at 6 a.m. tomorrow. They follow you everywhere for 7 days. Then we film the big reveal episode where I get to see all the footage. I stared at her. You're serious? Dead serious. I already signed the contracts. They're locked in. Something clicked in my brain. People who accuse you of cheating out of nowhere should be boring then. I don't cheat. We'll see. She actually giggled, then left for her Saturday morning yoga class. I stood there for maybe 2 minutes. Then I Googled the production company, called the number, got a receptionist. "Hi, my fiancé just signed me up for your show Exposed. I'm supposed to be followed starting tomorrow." "Oh, yes, we have your case file." She submitted evidence of suspicious behavior, very concerned about infidelity. "Here's my question. If she can sign me up to be investigated without my knowledge, can I sign her up the same way?" Pause. That's an unusual request. I'll volunteer everything, my phone, my computer, my work schedule, my emails, complete transparency, but I want the same for her. Fair's fair, right? Hold on. She put me through to a producer, guy named Rick. "This is Rick. You want us to investigate your fiancé instead?" In addition to, she wants to catch me cheating. I've never cheated, but she's been acting weird for months, defensive about her phone, new gym routine, yoga classes at odd hours. I think she's projecting. Projecting? Accusing me of what she's actually doing. Silence. Then, if we found evidence of her cheating, would you consent to us filming the confrontation? Absolutely. Even if it airs on TV, she signed me up for TV. She gets what she signed up for. More silence. We'll need her phone access. She keeps her passcode in our shared notes app. Cloud backup too. I'll send everything, but I want this to be a surprise, just like she surprised me. This is highly irregular. So is ambushing your fiancé with a camera crew. Check her phone. If I'm wrong, I look paranoid and stupid. If I'm right, you get better TV than following me to boring meetings all week. Rick laughed. Send me the information. If we find something, we'll pivot the whole show. Sent him everything. Her phone passcode, her iCloud login, her car's GPS history, all of it. Then I texted her. "Hey babe, just FYI, I'm totally fine with the show. Nothing to hide. This'll be fun." Her response, "See? That's what I wanted to hear. Love you." "Sure you do." That night, her phone buzzed while she was in the shower. Text preview on the lock screen from Danny, Jim. "Thursday night, still good? My place at 10? Thursday night. My actual late work night. When I'm genuinely at the office until 9 p.m. Took a photo of the text preview. Sent it to Rick. His response, "Oh, this is going to be good." Update 1. The crew showed up at my place at 6 a.m. Sunday. 3 people. Camera operator, sound guy, and Rick the producer. My fiancé was jitty. Made them coffee. Chatted about the show. "I'm so excited to finally know the truth," she said. Rick smiled at her. "Truth is definitely coming. Before we start, updated consent forms. Legal requirement." She signed without reading. I read every word. Lots of language about any party involved, and evidence discovered during filming, and right to air all footage obtained. The crew followed me around all day Sunday, filmed me doing laundry, grocery shopping, watching football, absolutely riveting television. Monday, they followed me to work, sat in on my meetings, filmed me eating a sad desk salad for lunch, watched me stay until 7 p.m. for a deadline. My fiancé texted around 5. Anything interesting happening? Me, just work. Told you it'd be boring. Tuesday, more of the same. The crew was clearly getting bored. Rick pulled me aside during my lunch break. We went through her phone. My heart rate spiked. And guy named Danny, personal trainer at her gym. They've been together for 7 months, meeting at his apartment every Thursday night and Sunday mornings during her yoga classes. 7 months. Over half our engagement. The texts are explicit, and there's a lot of discussion about your income, your job, your family's money. What kind of discussion? Rick showed me his phone. Screenshots of her text to Danny. He makes $140,000 and his parents are loaded. If once we're married, I can divorce him in a year and get my share. Why wait, Danny? Because the wedding's already paid for and his family will give us money as gifts. I'm thinking at least $50 in wedding gifts, plus his 401k has like $200 in it. I felt sick. There's more, Rick said. A lot more. We want to confront her Thursday night, at Danny's apartment. You up for it? What's the plan? We tell her we're filming B-roll of you working late. She thinks you're at the office. We set up at Danny's place. When she arrives, we're waiting. She'll lose it. Yes. Yes, she will. That's kind of the point. Wednesday, the crew followed me through another boring workday. My fiancé texted, they're finding nothing, aren't they, lol. Me, I told you, I'm boring. Her, well, the week's not over yet. Thursday came. I went to work like normal. The crew stayed behind to get establishing shots of our apartment. Around 9 p.m., Rick texted, we're set up at Danny's. She's on her way. You coming? Me? Wouldn't miss it. I drove to the address. Apartment complex on the north side. Danny's place was on the 2nd floor. The crew was set up in the stairwell with cameras. Rick had one camera operator actually inside Danny's apartment with him. Danny had no idea what was coming. How'd you get him to cooperate? I asked. Told him we're filming a fitness segment. He thinks he's going to be on TV showing off his training techniques. At 9:47 p.m., her car pulled into the lot. Rick handed me an earpiece. You'll be able to hear everything. When I give you the signal, come up. I watched from my car. She walked up the stairs, knocked on Danny's door. He answered. Through the earpiece I heard, hey babe. Her hey, come in, Danny. Then chaos. Rick and the exterior camera crew came around the corner. We're here from Exposed. You two know each other pretty well, don't you? My fiancé's voice went shrill. What is this? This is the show you signed up for. The one that catches cheaters. Congratulations, you're the cheater. You can't, I didn't consent to this. Actually, you did. Read your contract. Any evidence of infidelity discovered during the investigation may be used for the episode. You signed it. Rick texted me. Now. I got out of my car, walked up the stairs. The exterior camera swung to me. My fiancé saw me and went white. What are you doing here? Surprise. I called the show after you signed me up, told them to check your phone instead. Guess what they found? Danny stepped forward. Bro, I swear I didn't know you two were. Shut up, Danny. Rick pulled out a tablet. We have 7 months of messages, 312 texts between you two, 43 meetings at this location, and this is my personal favorite. He turned the tablet to show her texts about my income, about divorcing me, about the wedding gifts. My fiancé started crying. This isn't fair. You tricked me. No, you tried to trick me. I just had the receipts. We can work through this. We're done. You have until Sunday to get your stuff out of my apartment. You can't kick me out. It's my apartment, my lease. You're not on it. Yes, I can. She turned to Danny. Tell him we're in love. Danny looked like he wanted to dissolve into the floor. I mean, Danny. Look, I didn't know you were still getting married. You said you were leaving him. I am leaving him for you. Danny backed into his apartment. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work out. He closed the door, locked it. My fiancé pounded on it. Daniel, open this door. Rick was eating this up, both cameras rolling. She turned on me. This is your fault. You're never home. You don't pay attention to me. You drove me to this. I drove you to plan a wedding while texting another guy about divorcing me for money? That's impressive driving. I love you. You love my salary. There's a difference. I walked away. Got in my car, drove home. Rick called 10 minutes later. That was amazing television. The episode airs in 2 weeks. You're going to be very popular. Great, I'm also gonna be single. Better than being married to that. Fair point. Update 2 Sunday morning, I changed the locks. Called a locksmith at 7 a.m., had new keys by 9. My fiancée showed up at 11 with her mom and sister. I had my brother there as backup. She tried her key, didn't work, pounded on the door. Open this door. I opened it. Kept the chain on. You have 3 hours to pack your stuff. That's it. Her mom pushed forward. You can't do this. She lives here. She's not on the lease. This is my apartment. I'm allowing her to collect her belongings. That's all the law requires. She has rights. Not to my apartment. She doesn't. 3 hours. I let them in. My brother stood by the door with his phone out, recording everything. My fiancée's sister immediately started. You're such an asshole. She made one mistake. 7 months and 312 texts isn't one mistake. It's a lifestyle choice. My fiancé was crying, packing. Where am I supposed to go? Danny's place seems available. He won't answer my calls. Shocking. Her mom tried a different approach. Soft voice, tears. She's my baby. She's scared. Can't you find it in your heart to forgive her? No, she loves you. I pulled out my phone. Showed her the screenshots of the texts about my money, about the divorce plan, about the wedding gifts. Her mom went quiet. Still thinks she loves me? More packing. Her sister kept trying to start arguments. I ignored her. At hour 2, my fiancé tried a different angle. Came over while her mom and sister were loading boxes. I'm sorry. Really, truly sorry. I was stupid and scared and I made terrible choices. Can we please talk? Alone? No. You're not even going to try? You weren't trying when you were sleeping with Danny. You weren't trying when you were planning to divorce me. You were trying to trap me in a marriage for financial gain. That's not a mistake. That's fraud. It wasn't fraud. I did love you. I got confused about Danny and my money. Don't forget my money. That featured heavily in your texts. That's not. I never meant. My brother called from the door. Time's up. Finish loading. They took the last boxes. My fiancé stood in the doorway. You'll regret this when you're alone and you realize what you threw away. I'm not the one who threw this away. You are. Goodbye. Closed the door. Locked it. My brother and I fist bumped. That was intense, he said. That was necessary. The next week was chaos. She started texting from different numbers. I blocked them all. Her mom called my parents. That went poorly for her. My mom is protective of her kids. According to my dad, the conversation went, her mom, your son is being cruel and heartless. My mom, your daughter cheated on him for 7 months and planned to marry him for his money. Her mom, that's not, she was going to therapy, she was working on herself. My mom, she was working on someone named Danny. At his apartment every Thursday. Her mom, you people are all horrible. My mom, your daughter is a gold digger and a liar. Have a blessed day. Love, my mom. Wednesday, my fiancé showed up at my office. Building security called me. There's a woman in the lobby claiming to be your fiancé. She's demanding to see you. We're not engaged anymore. Please escort her out. She's refusing to leave. I came down. She was crying in the lobby, making a scene. Please, just 5 minutes. Let me explain. There's nothing to explain. You cheated. You plan to use me. It's over. The show airs tomorrow. Please, please call them and stop it. I'll do anything. You signed the consent forms. I can't stop it. You did this. You could have just broken up with me quietly. You didn't have to make it public. You made it public when you signed us up for a reality show. You just thought you'd be the hero of the story. Surprise. Security escorted her out. My boss called me upstairs. What was that about? I explained everything. Showed him the texts, the timeline. He leaned back. Damn. Good thing you found out before the wedding. Yeah. Take the rest of the day. Get your head straight. Episode airs tomorrow, right? Yeah. Probably going to be a lot of attention. You okay with that? Have to be. Thursday night, the episode aired. I watched with my parents and brother. It was brutal. They showed everything. The boring footage of me working. Her texts to Danny about my money. The Thursday night confrontation. Danny shutting the door in her face. Her pounding on his door. The best part? They found more texts. Ones Rick hadn't even shown me. Her to her best friend. I'm gonna milk this marriage for everything. His family has money and he's too stupid to make me sign a prenup. Easy target. Her to Danny. 2 more months until the wedding. Then I just have to wait a year. California law means I get half of everything earned during the marriage. His promotion means a $160 salary. Half of that for a year is $80 in my pocket. Plus the 401k split. I'm looking at a $150k minimum. My dad muted the TV. She really said all that? Apparently. My mom was crying. Oh honey, you could've. I know, but I didn't, and now I'm free. The episode went viral. Over 1 million views online in 3 days. Comments were savage. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. She really thought she was slick. Danny closing the door is the funniest thing I've ever seen. My phone was exploding. Friends, old coworkers, people I hadn't talked to in years. Everyone had seen it. My fiancée tried calling from another new number. I answered this time. What? My life is ruined. Everyone knows I can't go anywhere without people recognizing me. I lost my job. You lost your job? They said having public moral scandals reflects poorly on the company. This is your fault. No, this is your fault. You cheated. You planned to use me. You signed up for a TV show. These are consequences of your actions. I hope you're happy. I'm getting there. Hung up. Blocked that number too. Update 3. Final. The episode aired 6 weeks ago. Life has been different. My ex completely imploded. According to mutual friends who are now just my friends, she's moved back home with her parents. Can't find work because she's the first result when you Google her name. The clip of Danny closing the door on her has 3 million views on TikTok. She tried to sue the show. Her lawyer told her she had zero case since she signed extensive consent forms. She tried to sue ME for orchestrating her public humiliation. That got dismissed in 10 minutes. Judge literally said you can't sue someone for the consequences of your own freely chosen actions. Her mom sent a cease and desist to my parents demanding they stop slandering her daughter. My dad's lawyer sent back a letter that basically said, truth isn't slander. Have a nice day. Danny lost his job at the gym. Apparently, that guy from the cheating show isn't great for business. Last I heard, he moved to another state. My ex tried to follow him there. He got a restraining order. The irony is delicious. The ring became a whole saga. It was $6,200. She refused to return it. My lawyer said I could pursue it, but it would cost more in legal fees than it was worth. I told him to send one letter demanding its return within 30 days or face small claims court. She sold it on Facebook Marketplace for $3,500 and sent me a photo as proof she didn't have it anymore. My lawyer included that in our file. Pretty sure that's going to hurt her if we ever end up in court again. Work has been surprisingly good. Got promoted 2 months after the episode aired. $18 raise. My boss said the whole situation showed grace under pressure and good decision-making skills. Who knew being publicly cheated on would help my career? The TV show wanted me for a Where Are They Now special. I declined. Had my 15 minutes. Don't need 30. Been on some dates. It's weird. Women either think the whole thing is hilarious and I'm brave, or they think I'm vindictive and went too far. No middle ground. Met someone at a friend's barbecue last month. She'd never heard of the show. When she Googled me later and found it, she texted, "Just watched your episode. Your ex is insane. Want to get coffee?" We've been seeing each other for 3 weeks, taking it very slow. She thinks the whole thing is wild, but appreciates that I protected myself. We'll see. My therapist, yes, I got one, says I have justified trust issues, but good boundaries. I'll take it. The wedding venue kept our $3,000 deposit. My ex demanded I pay her half since she contributed to wedding planning. I laughed and showed my lawyer the texts about her planning to divorce me for money. He sent her a letter suggesting she stop contacting me unless she wanted those texts filed in court as evidence of fraud. Radio silence since then. Her sister sent me a Facebook message last week. I hope you know you ruined her life over one mistake. She's depressed, barely leaving her room, can't find work. This is on you. I replied she was going to marry me fraudulently, divorce me, and take my money. She didn't make one mistake. She made hundreds of calculated decisions over 7 months. What happened to her is what happens when you treat people like ATMs. Block me or I'll block you. She blocked me. Honestly, some days I feel bad. She's a human being who's suffering. But then I remember the texts, the planning, the casual way she discussed using me. And I stopped feeling bad. She wanted to catch me cheating so badly that she volunteered us for reality TV. Never occurred to her to check herself first. That's not just irony. That's karma. My brother still jokes about Danny closing the door. That's going in the history books as the greatest reality TV moment ever. The show sends me residual checks, $143 so far. I donate them to a men's mental health charity. Feels right. Ran into her best friend at a coffee shop 2 weeks ago. She glared at me. You know she tried to kill herself, right? My stomach dropped. What? Called me crying, said she couldn't take it anymore. I had to talk her down. Is she okay? No thanks to you. I didn't cheat on her. I didn't plan to use her. I didn't sign us up for TV. She did all of that. You didn't have to air it. She signed the forms. She wanted reality TV. She got it. I'm sorry she's struggling, but that's not on me. She left. I sat there shaking, called my therapist from the parking lot. Did I go too far? Did you force her to cheat? No. Did you force her to plan to marry you fraudulently? No. Did you force her to sign up for a reality show? No. Then you didn't go too far. She made choices. Choices have consequences. Her mental health struggles are real and valid, but they're not your responsibility. Especially not when she was planning to exploit you. That helped, but I still felt sick for a few days. The thing is, I did love her. Before all this, I was excited to marry her. Build a life. The betrayal hurts. The public nature of it all hurts. But what hurts most is knowing I was just a mark to her. A paycheck. An easy target. I'm doing okay now. Better than okay. New job, responsibilities, new relationship starting. Apartment feels like mine again. Replaced all the furniture she picked out. Donated her stuff that got left behind. Repainted. It's a fresh start. My dad asked if I regret how public it all became. Honest answer? Sometimes. Late at night, I wonder if I should have just broken up quietly. But then I remember, she was going to marry me under false pretenses. Take my money, divorce me, leave me financially damaged and emotionally destroyed. The TV show didn't ruin her life, her choices did. I just made sure those choices had consequences. And yeah, maybe I could have been more private about it. But she tried to make me look like a cheater on national TV. She just didn't count on the cameras turning on her instead. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. She played, she won. End of story. As for me, I'm good. Actually good. Not perfect, not healed completely, but genuinely okay. And honestly, that's better than being married to someone who saw me as an investment portfolio instead of a partner. The show's producer Rick sent me a fruit basket last month with a card. Thanks for the Emmy nomination. No, seriously. They got nominated. For my misery. Hollywood's weird. But hey, at least some good came out of it. My girlfriend said, I called 911 and told them you hit me so you'd come home from poker night early. The police were at my door. I replied, creative. Then I showed officers my doorbell camera footage of her rehearsing her story and punching herself. When they arrested her for filing a false report and wasting emergency resources, I, 31 male, was holding a full house when my phone started vibrating across the table. 11 missed calls from my girlfriend Becca. Then the text, come home now or you'll regret it. Stepped outside to call her. She answered before the first ring finished. Where are you? Voice shaking, but something about it felt performed. Poker night, like I told you 3 days ago. What's wrong? I need you home, right now. Becca, what happened? Are you okay? Long pause. Too long. Just come home. I'll be there at midnight like I... Forget it. Click. Weird. But whatever, she'd been moody lately. Went back to the game. 20 minutes later, unknown number. This is Officer Davis. Are you the resident of apartment 4B? My stomach dropped. Yeah, what's going on? We're responding to a domestic violence call. Your girlfriend states you struck her in the face. We need you here immediately. Time stopped. I've been at my friend's house since 6. I haven't touched. Sir, come home now. Drove like my life depended on it, because apparently it did. 2 patrol cars outside my building. Neighbors filming from windows. Perfect. My door was open. 2 cops inside. Becca on the couch with an ice pack, tears streaming, looking properly traumatized. That's him. She pointed at me like I was holding a weapon. Officer Davis stepped forward. Sir, your girlfriend says you hit her during an argument at approximately 6:30 p.m. before leaving. Impossible. I left for poker at 5:45 and I've been there since. 5 witnesses. He's lying. Becca stood up, face red, ice pack falling. He was drunk. He got mad when I asked him to stay home and he hit me. The female officer was watching me, calculating. Can anyone verify your location? Yes, 5 people. I have texts, timestamps, everything. Becca's expression flickered. Just a split second of panic. That's when I remembered. Officers, I have a Ring doorbell. Want to see what really happened? Her face went white. Pulled out my phone. Opened the app. Found 5:43 p.m. The footage showed me leaving, calling love you, see you later. Her voice, have fun, babe. Then I skipped to 6:45 p.m. Becca came to the door, looked both ways down the hallway, started talking to herself. Okay, he hit me. No, he pushed me first, then hit me. She slapped her own cheek, light at first harder, smack. Ow, okay. Checked her reflection in the door glass, smacked herself again. Perfect, he'll come home now. She actually smiled, then composed her face into devastation and went inside. The cops went silent. I looked at Becca. Creative. That's not, I didn't. Her voice was tiny now. Officer Davis looked at his partner. Some unspoken cop communication happened. Ma'am, filing a false police report is a misdemeanor. Misuse of 911 is another misdemeanor, and you just admitted on video to fabricating evidence of a felony assault. I just wanted him to come home. He's always leaving me alone. I was upset. So you committed 3 crimes? The female officer pulled out handcuffs. Turn around. What? No, I didn't mean he made me do this. He's never here. Ma'am, turn around. The meltdown was spectacular. Screaming, crying, begging. The neighbors definitely got their money's worth. They read her Miranda rights while she wailed that I was ruining her life. The irony was lost on her. After they took her, Officer Davis handed me his card. You'll need to give a formal statement tomorrow. Keep that footage. And seriously consider getting a restraining order. People who do this once typically escalate. Spent the night on my couch. Couldn't sleep in our bed. The whole place felt contaminated. Got a text at 1:47 a.m. from her mom. You had my daughter arrested over a misunderstanding? Drop the charges now. That's not how criminal charges work. But it told me exactly what kind of family I was dealing with. Game on. Update 1. Week later, Becca made bail the next morning. Mommy and Daddy posted $5,000 to get their precious angel out. First thing I did? Called a lawyer. Found this sharp woman named Patricia, who specializes in false accusation cases. She'd seen this before. You did everything right, she said after watching the footage. That premeditation? That's gonna bury her. What should I expect? She smiled, not a nice smile. War. These cases bring out the absolute worst in people. She was right. Day 3, Becca's best friend called me from a blocked number. You're seriously pressing charges? Over a mistake? She was emotional. She committed perjury and tried to get me arrested for felony assault. Not exactly a whoopsie. You're gonna ruin her life over this. No, she ruined her own life. I just had a doorbell camera. You're such a jerk. She loved you. Funny way of showing it. Click. Then her sister started posting on social media. Vague at first. Some people are so heartless. Then more direct. Imagine getting your girlfriend arrested because you can't handle an argument like an adult. I screenshot everything. Patricia said to document all of it. Meanwhile, the detective handling the case called. Wanted me to come in for a recorded statement. Guy named Morrison, probably mid-40s, looked tired. You're lucky you had that camera, he said. Without it, you'd be the one in cuffs. I'm aware. She's lawyered up. Public defender's trying to negotiate a plea. But that footage, he shook his head. She rehearsed it. That's premeditation. The DA's not feeling generous. Good. He raised an eyebrow. Most guys in your position are emotional about this. You seem calm. I'm furious. But being emotional doesn't help me. Being smart does. He nodded approvingly. Keep that energy, you're gonna need it. Next came the property division. Becca wanted her stuff. Patricia advised having a witness present for everything. Don't be alone with her ever again. One more accusation, even if it's dismissed, creates a pattern she can use against you. So when Becca texted asking to come by and talk, I replied, you can pick up your belongings Saturday at 2 p.m. My attorney's paralegal will be present. 30 minutes only. Her response, are you serious right now? I just want to talk. All communication through your lawyer or mine. See you Saturday. She showed up with her mom, her sister, her dad, and her best friend, like she needed backup to grab some clothes. Her dad tried intimidation immediately. You should be ashamed of yourself. Getting a woman arrested. A woman who falsely accused me of assault. Potato, potato. Her sister jumped in. She wouldn't have done it if you treated her better. Patricia's paralegal cleared her throat. We're here to collect belongings only. The apartment resident has requested no personal discussions. Becca barely looked at me. When she did, pure hatred. Started grabbing clothes, bathroom stuff, then went for the 65-inch TV. That's mine, I said calmly. We bought it together. I bought it. You wanted the bigger screen. I paid the extra $600. Check your Venmo history. Her mom piped up. It's just a TV. Stop being petty. Then she won't mind leaving it. Her dad stepped closer. You know what? You're a small man. A real man would. Would what? Let his girlfriend frame him for domestic violence? Interesting definition of masculinity you have there. He turned red but didn't have a comeback. They loaded her stuff while I supervised. When they were finishing up, Becca tried one last time. I'm sorry, okay? I was stupid. Can't we just figure this out? Nope. That's IT? Just nope. Yep. Her best friend got in my face. You're really going to let her go to court over this? She made a mistake. She's got anxiety. And I've got a Ring doorbell. Funny how technology works. After they left, I found something under the couch, a small notebook. Her handwriting. Therapy talking points. Make him feel guilty about poker nights. Bring up his emotional unavailability. Get him to agree to joint account for transparency. Page after page of manipulation tactics. Ways to isolate me from friends. How to gain access to my finances. Red flags I'd missed. Photographed every page. Sent them to Patricia. Her reply, oh, this keeps getting better. Discovery is going to be fun. 3 days later, Becca's public defender called Patricia trying to negotiate. Wanted the charges reduced to a violation, no jail time, sealed record. Patricia's response, your client rehearsed a false felony accusation on camera, injured herself to create evidence, and wasted emergency resources that could have gone to actual victims. Counteroffer. She pleads to all charges, takes the conviction, and my client doesn't file a civil suit for defamation and emotional distress. You have 48 hours. They didn't take the deal. Fine by me. Let's go to trial. Update 2. The entitlement escalates. The preliminary hearing was last week. Becca showed up in a conservative dress, hair pulled back, minimal makeup. The I'm a good girl who made a mistake costume. The prosecutor laid it out. The video, the self-inflicted injuries, the premeditation, the waste of police resources. Becca's public defender tried arguing mental health crisis. The judge watched the doorbell footage. Twice. Counselor, your client is checking her appearance and adjusting her story between takes. That's not a mental health crisis. That's rehearsal. Set the trial date for 3 months out. That's when things went nuclear. First, Becca's mom started a Facebook campaign. Posted a long screed about innocent women being persecuted by the system and vindictive ex-boyfriends who manipulate evidence. Tagged me. Tagged my employer. Tagged my family. My mom saw it and went absolutely feral. Posted her own response with screenshots of the court documents showing Becca was charged with filing a false report. Interesting how you think video evidence of your daughter hitting herself is manipulation. Maybe teach her not to commit crimes instead of blaming the victims of her lies. Becca's mom tried to claim I doctored the footage. Multiple people pointed out that Ring cameras have metadata that proves authenticity. She deleted everything within an hour. But the damage was spreading. My gym membership got weird looks. The front desk girl, who used to chat with me, suddenly went cold. Apparently Becca's sister had told everyone there that I got away with assault on a technicality. I pulled the manager aside, showed him the court docs, explained the situation. He was cool about it, but said, you understand why we have to be careful. Sure. Guilty until proven innocent, even with proof. Then came the really crazy escalation. Becca filed for a restraining order against me, claimed I was harassing her family, stalking her social media, and threatening her through mutual friends. All complete fiction. But I still had to take a day off work, hire Patricia to represent me at the hearing, and sit there while Becca cried about being terrified of me. Patricia came prepared. Phone records showing I'd blocked Becca's number. Social media data showing I'd blocked her and her family on everything. Witness statements from friends confirming I hadn't mentioned her name in weeks, except to my lawyer. The judge reviewed everything. Looked at Becca. Ma'am, you're currently facing criminal charges for filing a false police report. Now you're here, filing what appears to be a false restraining order claim. Do you see the pattern problem here? Her public defender tried to intervene. The judge shut it down. Petition denied. And counselor? Tell your client that filing false legal documents is going to make her criminal case significantly worse. Becca burst into tears. Her mom started yelling at the judge about protecting male abusers. The bailiff had to escort them out. But here's the thing, even though I won, even though her petition was denied, people at work heard I had a restraining order hearing. They don't hear the outcome, just the accusation. My boss called me in. I'm not saying I believe anything, but HR is getting concerned about the situation. The situation where my ex is facing criminal charges for lying about me? I know, but optics matter. Maybe keep your head down for a while? Translation: you're radioactive until this blows over. That weekend, 11 p.m., I'm watching TV. Doorbell camera alerts. It's Becca. She's pounding on my door. Open up. We need to talk. I called 911 immediately. Stayed inside. Let the camera record everything. I know you're in there. You can't just ignore me. You ruined my life. She tried the doorknob, kicked the door, screamed about how I was destroying her, and she'd make sure everyone knew the truth. The cops arrived in 6 minutes, found her still there, mid-rant. They arrested her. Again, violation of the no-contact order from her bail conditions. Patricia filed for an emergency protective order the next morning, granted immediately. The prosecutor called Patricia directly. Your client's ex just violated bail conditions. We're adding witness intimidation to the charges. Her bail's getting revoked. Becca spent 5 days in lockup before her parents could scrape together a bondsman. During those 5 days, her dad called my office. Got through to my boss somehow. Told him I was harassing his daughter and shouldn't be trusted around women. My boss called me in again. This time he looked irritated. I'm getting really tired of this, but I need you to know it happened. I showed him everything. The court documents, the bail violation, the doorbell footage of her showing up at my place. He sighed. I believe you, but this is becoming a distraction. I'm the victim here. I know, and I'm sorry, but perception matters. Let's get through the trial and this will all blow over. Perception. That word kept coming up. Patricia filed harassment charges against Becca's dad for the work call. Also sent him a cease and desist for defamation. He backed off after that. But Becca's sister picked up where he left off. Started leaving 1-star reviews on my company's Google page, mentioning my name. HR had to get legal involved to remove them. Through all this, Becca's public defender kept trying to negotiate. Each offer slightly worse than the last, as her behavior kept making her case worse. Final offer before trial: plead guilty to all charges, 90 days jail, 3 years probation, restitution for my legal fees. Patricia asked if I wanted her to accept it. No. I want a jury to hear exactly what she did, and I want the maximum sentence. It might not be worth it. Trials are expensive, time-consuming. I don't care. She tried to ruin my life. She tried to send me to prison. She stalked me, violated court orders, and sixed her family on me. I want everyone to hear what she did. Patricia smiled. Now we're talking. Let's destroy her. Final update. Trial was 3 days ago. I took the stand yesterday. Today they read the verdict. Guilty on all counts. The evidence was overwhelming. The doorbell footage played for the jury 4 times. You could hear the gasps each time she hit herself and checked her appearance. My testimony was straightforward. Patricia prepped me well. Just tell the truth. Don't embellish. Let the video do the heavy lifting. When Becca took the stand, she tried the waterworks. Talked about being emotionally overwhelmed and just wanting attention, not to hurt anyone. The prosecutor asked, so you were willing to have the defendant arrested and potentially imprisoned for a felony to get attention? I didn't think it through. But you rehearsed it multiple times. Checking your appearance between attempts, that requires thought. No answer to that. Her character witnesses were a disaster. Her mom cried about her baby girl making one mistake. Her sister claimed I'd been emotionally abusive for months. Patricia destroyed that with the notebook showing Becca's planned manipulation tactics. Her best friend actually tried to say I'd probably done something to deserve the false accusation. The judge told her to stick to questions asked. Jury deliberated for 90 minutes. Came back with guilty on filing a false police report, misuse of emergency services, filing a false instrument, attempted witness intimidation for showing up at my door. Sentencing was today. The judge did not go easy. Ms. Rodriguez, you didn't just lie to police. You weaponized the justice system against an innocent person. You wasted resources meant for actual victims. You showed no remorse until you faced consequences. And when those consequences came, you escalated by violating court orders. You've made it harder for real victims of domestic violence to be believed. That, more than anything, is unforgivable. Sentence: 364 days in county jail, 1 day short of a felony, but still maximum for misdemeanor. Eligible for work release after 60 days if she maintains good behavior. 5 years probation after release. 500 hours community service at a domestic violence shelter. The judge's personal touch. $12,400 restitution to me for legal fees. Permanent criminal record. Mandatory counseling. Her mom screamed. Actual screaming in the courtroom. You're destroying her life. For what? She made a mistake. The judge: your daughter's mistake could have sent an innocent man to prison for years. She's getting less than she deserves. Bailiff, remove them. Becca was sobbing. Her dad had to be physically restrained. Her sister was yelling about corruption and protecting abusers. Meanwhile, I sat there thinking, this is what consequences look like when you can't manipulate your way out. Outside the courthouse, Patricia shook my hand. That was the most satisfying conviction I've seen in years. Usually these cases plead out. The jury needed to see what she did. Becca's public defender tried to approach. Patricia shut him down. We're done here. Your client's going to jail. She earned it. The fallout has been interesting. My boss called me the day after the verdict. Congratulations, and I'm sorry for the position this put you in. If you need time off, take it. The gym manager approached me yesterday. Hey man, I heard about the trial. Sorry we gave you the cold shoulder. People are talking. The real story's getting out. Appreciate it. Some friends who distanced themselves suddenly started reaching out. Funny how that works. Patricia advised me to be selective about who I let back in. The people who believed her over you despite evidence, they showed you who they are. She's right. Some doors stay closed. As for Becca's family, radio silence. The harassment stopped immediately after sentencing. Turns out when reality hits them in the face with jail time, they finally shut up. I sold most of the furniture we'd picked out together. Redecorated the apartment completely. New couch, new bed, new vibe. The place finally feels like mine again. Started dating someone new last month. Told her the whole story on date 2. Figured better to get it out there. She actually knew about it, had followed the case in the news. That doorbell camera saved your life, she said. Best $130 I ever spent. We're taking it slow. Trust doesn't come easy anymore. But she gets it. Ran into Becca's sister at a coffee shop last week. She pretended not to see me. I didn't push it. Some people will never admit they were wrong. The best part? I sleep well now. No more looking over my shoulder. No more wondering when the next accusation will drop. She's in jail. I'm free. Patricia framed a photo of the doorbell camera footage showing Becca rehearsing. Hung it in her office with the caption, "Why you always install cameras." She uses it to convince new clients how important documentation is. To anyone reading this, install cameras everywhere. Front door, back door, anywhere. Someone could claim something happened. They're cheap, easy to install, and they will save your life when someone decides to weaponize the system against you. Becca thought she could manipulate reality. She forgot we live in the age of video evidence. She wanted me to come home early from poker night? Well, she got my attention. Just not the way she planned. Currently working on a civil suit for defamation and emotional distress. Patricia thinks we have a solid case, especially with her family's harassment documented. They destroyed my reputation in my professional and social circles. Even though I won the criminal case, some people still look at me funny. That damage has a price. Becca's sitting in county jail serving her 364 days. Her mom's apparently trying to raise money for an appeal. Good luck with that when the video evidence is airtight. Life's not perfect. I'm still dealing with trust issues, still paranoid about accusations, still checking my doorbell camera obsessively. But I'm here. I'm free. And she's learning that actions have consequences. That'll do.